Hi, I'm Tashi.
And I'm Jenny.
Today we're going to be discussing bread in the Horn of Africa. The Horn of Africa is made up of Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, but today we're specifically focusing on bread in Ethiopia and Eritrea. The popular bread in these two countries is called injera, made from a grain called teff. The origins of injera are not exactly clear, but it is believed to have been produced with teff flour since about the 5th or 6th century. Injera has a spongy consistency and is a staple food in Ethiopia and Eritrea and generally consumed daily by their citizens. Injera is usually cooked on a matab. The skillet is round so as to produce the desired shape for injera. As you can see in the picture, injera is a large, round flatbread that serves as a plate, or maybe more accurately a platter, for the rest of the food in the meal.
Injera is an important part of traditional cuisine in the Horn of Africa. It is incorporated in the majority of traditional Ethiopian dishes. For a family or gathering of people in Ethiopia, the traditional way to eat a meal is on a round circular plate covered in the circular injera, which in turn holds the different dishes. In this way, injera is a fundamental part of the consumption of food in Ethiopia, connecting those participating in the meal to one another.
Teff, the grain that injera is usually made out of, is extremely valuable. The grain has a high nutritional value because it is high in protein, fiber, and carbohydrates. The grain also serves as a good source of calcium and iron. This is important for the Horn of Africa, where food can be scarce and malnutrition is an ongoing problem. Unfortunately, though, because of the grain's value, there are many that cannot afford it and have to use a substitute grain. While other grains can produce a similar result in texture and consistency, they cannot provide the high nutritional value of teff, which is unfortunate because injera makes up a significant portion of the diet of an Ethiopian or an Eritrean. Another reason that teff is so expensive and valuable is because it can only be grown in specific climates. These conditions include this type of soil. Teff grows well in desert sands. It also includes that the temperature should be around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius. In general, temperature should also be on the rise, as teff will thrive under high temperatures. Ethiopia starts its warm season in May, which averages 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius, and the temperatures continue to increase during June, July, and August, making it the perfect climate for teff.
For a while, cultivating teff was pretty much exclusive to Ethiopia. This was because teff farmers did not trade teff grain with other countries. Teff farmers were located in the highlands of Ethiopia, and because of this, they did not often travel far from their homes to trade their grain. As a result, teff grain was almost lost. In the spirit of globalization, however, teff is now even grown in the United States.
To make injera, teff flour must be fermented first for several days using water. Fermenting the teff allows chemical structure of the flour to change so that it becomes alive and acts like a yeast. This fermentation is instrumental in creating injera's fluffy, spongy texture. Once the bread is made, the large flat bread is used to hold the rest of the dishes, including the meal, and the injera is used as a utensil for the rest of the food. The person eating rips off a piece of the injera and uses it to scoop up other food.
In the next section, we will learn about malnutrition. This is an important topic for a country like Ethiopia, where about 67% of its adult population suffered from malnutrition when they were children. One of the ways we can begin to change this is with the food produced in Ethiopia. We mentioned before that teff is high in protein and minerals, much higher than most other grains. However, it is expensive and consequently not easy for families to acquire. A way to change this, however, is to begin looking at the teff substitutes commonly used while making injera. We are capable of genetically altering wheat or other grains in a way that increases their nutritional value. Because a grain like wheat is much cheaper and easier to acquire for families who do not have the resources to buy teff flour, it could be a very good alternative. One possible longer-term solution is to provide families with seeds of the nutrient-enriched wheat so that they can cultivate their own healthier wheat.
However, genetically modified wheat is only one possible solution for malnutrition related to grains, and not a way to completely solve the food crisis in Ethiopia. Because many areas in Ethiopia are prone to drought, oftentimes it will be difficult to grow wheat in the first place, no matter how nutritious it might be. The best way to help reduce malnutrition in Ethiopia right now is to provide education about malnutrition and methods for people to enrich their daily food with local ingredients.
We encourage you to check the readings online for more information.